What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. Ooh, we back with another episode. This is a special one too. This is a mad special episode, so super excited to be here with you guys. Today is February 5th, 2025, and today marks 8 years of sobriety. 8 years being alcohol free. 8 years since waking up in that jail cell. 8 years since changing my mindset. Really, that's like, I didn't just wake up this man. I actually woke up and changed my mindset. It was 8 years ago, I pressed that buzzer and asked what my bond was, and they told me no bond. Like, that's the crazy part about it. From that moment and all the way through that, I've became who I am today. And I never saw it coming. 2016, 15, 14, I thought I was at my best. I thought I was living my life. I was 21, 22, 23 years old. I thought I was hitting it. I was making more money than my entire friend group. I thought I was hitting it. But I was making decisions that ultimately led to my demise. And that's what today's about. I'm always super reflective today and just think about my journey, my growth, because I believe that we live, we reflect, we learn, and we grow. And I'm going to compile 8 lessons from the past 8 years of sobriety. 8 lessons I've learned, 8 lessons that I implement to this day. I'm excited about this episode because this is just going to be an honest reflection of the past 8 years of what I've done, the past 8 years of the lessons that the universe has brought me. And so I just get excited to share this with you guys because I know that this is something that excites you and it gives you hope. And this podcast is all about inspiration, motivation, uplifting, encouraging, and reframing your mindset to a place of growth versus a place of woe me. So I think you're going to enjoy today. Let's get it. Let's get it. I always like to start off with a quote, and today's quote comes from an unknown source, but highly populated in the sobriety world, recovery world. Sobriety isn't about what you lose, it's about everything you gain. And this quote is so powerful to me because that day when I woke up in a jail cell, I could have looked at it like I lost everything. I lost my freedom, my freedom of choice, my freedom of life. I was going to trial for being a felon, like that could be the possible outcome, like all these things, right? But it wasn't about what I lost. It was about everything I was about to gain. And I didn't know it then, so I had to change my motives. I had to change who I was from the inside out. I had to start to develop and grow. And what this quote does for anybody who's starting in recovery, who wants to be alcohol free, who's trying the sobriety thing, sobriety isn't about what you lose. It's about everything you gain. So let's dive into these 8 lessons that I've learned over the past 8 years of being on this journey. And I always start off with like my number one rule, the thing that keeps me on my North Star, the thing that keeps me going, right? Is that number 1, own your truth as you perceive it. Like that's rule number 1. Own your truth as you perceive it. The power of radical honesty, dog. You got to be honest about where you are, about who you are, what you're doing, the decisions you're making, the people you're around, how you're leading your life. Like, it's about radical honesty. You can't change what you're not willing to acknowledge. You can't change what you're not willing to see right in front of you. If you look in the mirror and say that you got blue or purple hair, you're not owning your truth as you perceive it. I get it. But the key to this is as you perceive it. Once you understand it, then you can start owning it. Like, sobriety requires radical self-acceptance. Owning your truth, even when it's uncomfortable, is the first step towards your freedom on this journey. I promise you that. Like, for me, when I woke up in that jail cell, that was the first moment that I honestly had to own my truth. Because it's my truth. It's nobody else's. They can't paint it for me. They can't tell me this is your truth and this is what it is. No, I have to look at myself and say, I'm just like my dad. I'm turning into him, and I don't want that. He was in and out of prison, lost his marriage, drank himself to death. I don't want that. I want to be in my son's life. I want to be an outstanding husband. I want to create an everlasting long legacy built on good leadership, equities, and morals. So that brings me to lesson number 2. Always focus on self-awareness. Learn yourself. Who are you without alcohol? Who are you without the substance? Who are you when you're not making the decisions that you've always historically made that landed you in positions that you didn't want to be in? Who are you? Discover your true self. Uncover that. Dive into that. A way that I did that early was just journaling. Journaling about everything I went through. Therapy helps so much, right? Reflection on your growth, understanding, and having a support system to let you know your blind spots is going to help you learn yourself a whole lot better. So once you start focusing on self-awareness, this journey starts getting a little bit easier for you. So stay grounded in who you're becoming and who you are. Take the flight assessment. If you don't know what that is, reach out to me. I'll get you hooked up with the flight assessment. But understand your personality. Understand how you show up. Understand how you communicate. Understand what drives you, what energizes you, and most importantly, what drains you. The person that you turn into under stress. Think about those things. All right. Lesson number 3, be mindful of your surroundings. They will make you or break you. The law of environment says that growth thrives in conducive surroundings, right? So that's the people, the places, and the things, right? The people you hang out, the people that are either pushing you towards your goals or hindering you from your goals. And they may not even know that they're hindering you from your goals. They honestly may just be being them and you're allowing them to hinder you from your goals. You got to set up some boundaries right there in order for you to separate yourself from the pack. Like great athletes don't work to fit in, they work to separate. Even if they're on the same team, right? Kobe and Shaq. Kobe worked to separate himself from all the others, that nobody was going to work like him, that nobody was going to put in the time, effort, and energy that he did on his game to develop himself, right? So be mindful of your surroundings, always. Your relationships, navigating friendships, setting boundaries, and protecting your peace is vital. People and places impact your success. You will rise or fall to your level of exposure. I promise you that. So how do you create a supportive environment, a growth-focused environment? You seek it out. Mentors, peers, encouragers, learners, people who pour into you. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, right? If somebody keeps bringing up your past, you probably got to get away from them. But if somebody's talking about your goals and your future and the vision that you have, you probably need to be next to them. Come on. Purpose is lesson number 4. Figure out who you are and why are you here. This is a question I ask myself very, very often. In early sobriety, I would always say, Jay, who are you and why are you here? And after deep reflection, revelation, praying, understanding myself and learning myself, that I exist to lead with generosity and unconditional love, but follow with care and understanding. And I fuel myself to live in that purpose. And when you're living in purpose, that's what adds to your sobriety in this journey of moving forward, right? So without purpose, it's easy to fall back into old habits. So I asked you this question that I asked myself. Who are you and why are you here? You got to understand that difference between going through the motions and living in purpose. We got to start defining our purpose through self-discovery and understanding who we are. Lesson number 5, self-leadership. You will fall or rise to how you lead yourself. And that never rings more and more true every single day, that we fall and rise to how we lead ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, how we lead our diets, things like that. So I always say that it's discipline over motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays, right? You stick to the routine, and if you're disciplined enough, you'll get the outcomes that you're looking for, whether that's just staying sober, whether that's getting a promotion at work, whether that's starting a business, whether that's being a better father, whether that's being a better husband, being more present in your relationship. How you lead yourself, you got to be present with yourself. You got to show up for yourself. You got to do these things for yourself, because if you do them for somebody else and your leadership is based on their expectations, guess what? You're going to fall to their expectations because you'll never reach them. You'll never reach them. Accountability is key. Take accountability for your long-term success. Take accountability for what you put in daily. Create small daily non-negotiables to lead yourself better. That's the practical tip here. That's the action part, is that you need to create daily non-negotiables on how you lead yourself. I came up with that routine very, very, very early. Probably like year one, I was on a routine, cut and dry. I needed to make this happen. It wasn't always bad. It was a struggle some days, but we got past the hump and the challenge of it, right? Lesson number 6, inspiration. Find what breathes life into you. Stay inspired, stay sober. Find the meaning and joy in your new life that you're creating, in the growth that you're cultivating. Find new life and joy in it, right? The role of hobbies. Like when I first got sober in this, and I'm not suggesting anybody do this. I'm not suggesting that you guys go out and do exactly what Jay did. I'm saying find a framework that works for you and then stick to it, right? I really enjoy shooting pool. And so when I first got sober, like my sobriety was forced. And I ultimately ended up making the choice to stay sober after the first 2 years. But I was bartending at Ruby Tuesdays when I started. At Jazz, Louisiana Kitchen, right? And I would close the bars, and then I would go to a pool hall downtown and shoot pool until about midnight. Because I had cravings, I had all these things. But I just said, hey, if I put myself in a place of where I can focus on a hobby, on something I enjoy. I love pool. I'm a problem-solving people pleaser. I love to interact with people. I love to solve challenges. I love to overcome challenges. And pool set me up. I didn't know it at the time. I learned that through self-discovery, but pool set me up for that, right? Anytime I got to make a decision on how to hit the ball, where to hit the ball, determining the spin and cut of the ball, and then I'm interacting with people as well as I'm doing this, I end up joining a pool league. Like I owe that hobby and that passion to my sobriety. I found joy in it. I was able to look at bars differently because I wasn't going there to drink. I was actually going there to interact with the people and win and compete. It was fun. It was fun. I loved it. So find what you love. Find what drives you. Find what takes your mind off the things that you think you're losing and focus on the things that you think you're gaining, right? So that brings me to lesson number 7. Focus on what moves you forward, not backwards, right? We can only experience life forward. So we have to set our goals, our intentions, and our motives and our surroundings forward. Let go of the past. Quit dwelling on mistakes that actually keep you stuck. Growth happens by moving forward, by focusing on the future, by focusing on the vision, making sure that our actions are in line with where we're headed now, right? So you got to make that mindset shift. Shift your focus from regrets to possibilities, from challenges to opportunity. It's all within you. It's just where we look, right? We got to extract the lessons out of life. But if you're around people who want to take you backwards, or people who don't want to see you thrive or survive or win or any of that, we got to get away from that. So what's a daily practice that you can implement today that's actually going to feed into you thinking forward? Every single day, I need you to write down the vision, maybe write down the goal, maybe write down your number 1 goal for 2025 and whatever that may be. But really, really think about that. We focus on what moves us forward, not backwards. Lesson number 8 is you, me. I matter. When I stop putting other people first, nobody cares about you like you care about you. You want the best for you. You want to be the best version of you. You wake up thinking about the decisions that you made, or the decisions that you're making, or the challenges that have to come, or the opportunities that are in front of you. You think about that. Nobody else wakes up thinking about that. So you got to put yourself first in that. You got to understand what you're doing, and how you do it, and when you do it, and when you want to do it. And it's completely up to you to put you in the game. That's what it is, honestly. And I'm not here to tell you guys anything different. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to be the best version of yourself. I want you to extract the highest version of you out of this present situation. Whether you're just starting or you've been on this journey for a while, like, let me tell you, no one cares about you as much as you care about you. Prioritize yourself. Sobriety is about valuing yourself enough to protect your peace. Your peace, your energy, all of that, your spirit, all of that is the most highest thing that you have. And you got to protect that. So self-love and self-respect, you're responsible for your own growth, healing, and happiness. Nobody else is. Sometimes that healing and that growth isn't so enjoyable. It may be a little bit uncomfortable, but you care about yourself enough to go through the challenge and get to the opportunities on the other side. New levels, new devils. Like, I'm excited for this next year because I'm going into 8 years. 8 years of being on this growth journey, 8 years of becoming the best version of me, and I feel like I'm still not done. I feel like I still got a whole bunch more to go. I'm just walking into that completed version of me. I'm like, oh, yep, got that one down. But here we are, all right? So I really want you to know that you matter. No one cares about you like you care about you. And you're the one who have to put yourself first. So hopefully that these 8 lessons has inspired you, uplifted you, given you some hope to continue on this journey of self-discovery, growth, sobriety, whatever you want to call it. It's for you. These are like life lessons too. These are like you can put them towards sobriety, but they're life lessons as well too. So please, if anything resonated with you from this episode, share with the friend, rate, review. It really helps the show grow. Follow me on Instagram if you want more of a growth-minded support system. I'm here to support you at the J Chase. It's TheJaychase. I love you guys. Next week we're coming with a brand new mindset. Until then, stay focused, stay inspired, stay connected, and please, please, please don't let anyone touch your mindset.